Hi everyone! If you're selling online in 2026 and you're still manually entering sales data from Shopify into QuickBooks at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday, been there, done that, I feel you. Here's the thing though, e-commerce accounting is absolutely nothing like accounting for traditional businesses. You've got sales happening across Amazon, your website, maybe Etsy, TikTok shop, and who knows what else. You're dealing with platform fees, payment processor fees, sales tax in 12 different states, inventory tracking across multiple warehouses. It's just downright chaos. So today we're breaking down the best accounting software for e-commerce businesses in 2026, what features actually matter, and how to choose the right setup for your specific situation. Let's dive in. First things first, why can't you just use regular accounting software? Well, technically you can, but you'll hate your life. Traditional accounting software was built for businesses with straightforward revenue streams. You make a sale, record it, done. But e-commerce? Not even close. Here's what makes it complicated. Multi-channel sales. You're not just selling on one platform. Between your Shopify store, Amazon, Walmart Marketplace, eBay, maybe wholesale through Faire, every platform has different payout schedules, different fee structures, and different reporting formats. Personally, good luck consolidating all of that manually. Fees everywhere. Between payment processing fees, platform fees, subscription fees, advertising costs, and fulfillment fees, your gross sales and what actually hits your bank account are two very different numbers. Your accounting software needs to track all of this automatically, or your P&L is basically non-existent. Sales tax compliance. Now, this is where it gets fun. Economic nexus laws mean you might need to collect and remit sales tax in states you've never even visited. Your software needs to handle multi-state tax calculations automatically, not make you do it yourself. Inventory management. Real-time inventory tracking across multiple channels, stock levels, COGS calculations, knowing what's actually profitable versus what just looks busy. This is critical for making smart buying decisions. Daily transaction volume. If you're doing any decent volume, you could be processing hundreds, if not thousands of transactions per day. Doing manual data entry? Absolutely not. So yeah, you need specialized e-commerce accounting software, or at the very least, accounting software with proper e-commerce integrations. Before we get into specific software options, let's talk about the features that actually matter for e-commerce sellers. Number one, multi-channel integration. Your accounting software needs to connect directly to all your sales channels, Shopify, Amazon, WooCommerce, Etsy, whatever you're using. If you're manually downloading CSV files and importing them, you're wasting hours every single week. Number two, automated reconciliation. This is huge. Every payout from Amazon or Shopify includes sales, refunds, fees, tax collected, and a dozen other line items. Your software should break all of that down automatically and match it to your bank deposits. One-click reconciliation, that's the goal. Number three, accurate COGS tracking. If you can't track your cost of goods sold properly, you have no idea what's actually profitable. Your accounting software needs to handle inventory valuation, landed costs, and give you actual profit margins by product. Number four, sales tax automation. At minimum, your software should track where you have Nexus and calculate tax correctly. Bonus points if it integrates with something like Avalara or TaxJar for automatic filing. Number five, fees tracking. Stripe fees, PayPal fees, credit card processing fees, all of this needs to flow into your books automatically so your expenses are accurate. Number six, real-time reporting. You shouldn't have to wait until month end to know how your business is actually performing. Real-time dashboards, profit and loss by channel, cash flow projections, this is what lets you make fast decisions. Now, with that foundation, let's get into the actual software. QuickBooks Online. Let's start with the big one. QuickBooks Online is the most widely used accounting software for small businesses. And for a good reason. It has tons of features, it's widely supported by accountants, and has loads of app integrations. For e-commerce specifically, QuickBooks Online works well if you pair it with the right integration tools. Native Shopify Sync is okay for basic stuff, But if you're selling on Amazon or multiple platforms, you're going to need a third-party connector to really automate things properly. The pros? It's an industry standard, and your accountant probably already uses it. Plus, it has tons of third-party apps available. The cons? It can get expensive as you scale, especially when you add on all the integrations you actually need. And it's not built specifically for e-commerce, so you're forcing it to work. And with that being said, it's best for small to medium-sized businesses who actually want something their accountants are most likely already very familiar with. Xero. Xero is QuickBooks' main competitor, super popular internationally and growing fast in the US. It has a very clean interface, unlimited users on all plans, which is fantastic, and strong bank reconciliation features. Similar to QuickBooks, Xero works very well for e-commerce when you connect it with proper integration software. It plays nicely with most e-commerce platforms through third-party apps as well. The pros? You can have unlimited users. It has clean UI, strong bank feeds, and is popular with modern accountants. But the cons? It's also not specifically built for e-commerce, and it has fewer app integrations than QuickBooks, but the main ones are still there. It's best for teams who need multiple people accessing the books or international sellers who need multi-currency. Sage Intacct. Now we're getting into enterprise territory. Sage Intacct is a full-blown ERP system, way more than just accounting. We're talking advanced revenue recognition, multi-entity consolidation, and detailed inventory management. Now, this is overkill for most small e-commerce businesses. But if you're doing serious volume, let's say 8 figures and up, Sage Intacct gives you the power and controls you need. The pros? It has enterprise-grade features, and it's excellent for complex businesses with multiple entities. But the cons? It's expensive and requires IT resources to implement, maintain. It's complete overkill for smaller businesses in that sense. But it's best for large e-commerce companies or businesses with complex revenue recognition needs. NetSuite. This is another enterprise option. Oracle NetSuite is a cloud ERP that includes accounting, inventory, order management, CRM, basically everything. If you're scaling to 9 figures and need one system to run your entire operation, NetSuite is built for that. The pros? It's an all-in-one solution. It's highly customizable and built for scale. But the cons? It's also very expensive, and it has complex implementation and requires dedicated admin. It's best for large enterprise e-commerce operations. Okay, so here's the reality check. All of these accounting platforms we just talked about, they're great at accounting. They're not great at e-commerce. That's why most e-commerce sellers end up in this messy situation where they've got their accounting software, plus a separate tool to sync Shopify, plus another tool to sync Amazon, plus spreadsheets to track advertising spend, plus manual journal entries for marketplace fees. This becomes the Frankenstein setup that sort of works but breaks constantly and requires hours of maintenance every single week. This is exactly why specialized e-commerce accounting automation software exists. Instead of trying to force traditional accounting software to understand e-commerce, you use a purpose-built tool that sits between your sales channels and your accounting software that handles all of the complexity automatically. This is where Cinder comes in. It genuinely solves the problem we've been talking about this entire video. Here's how it works. You connect all of your sales channels, Shopify, Amazon, WooCommerce, Etsy, whatever you're using, and you connect your accounting software, whether that's QuickBooks, Xero, or Sage Intacct. Cinder sits directly in the middle and automatically syncs every transaction with all the details you need. So, when you get a payout from Amazon, Cinder breaks it down into sales, refunds, fees, sales tax, basically everything, and posts it to QuickBooks with perfect categorization. When someone buys from your Shopify store, that transaction flows through automatically with proper inventory tracking and COGS calculation. Same thing with payment processors, Stripe fees, PayPal fees, all of that gets recorded automatically, so your books are actually accurate. The result? Your accounting done in real time, automatically. You can see exactly how much profit you made yesterday, which products are winners, and which channels are performing, all without touching a spreadsheet. And here's the thing, it works with the accounting software you already use. You don't have to migrate to some proprietary platform. QuickBooks user? Great. keep using QuickBooks. If you use Xero, keep using Xero. Cinder just makes it actually work for e-commerce. So how do you actually choose the best e-commerce accounting software for your business? Well, start with your volume and complexity. If you're just starting out doing a few thousand a month, something simple like QuickBooks Online with a basic Shopify integration might be fine. You can probably survive with just a little bit of manual work. But once you're doing consistent 5-figure months, especially across multiple channels, automation becomes non-negotiable. This is where you want QuickBooks or Xero plus a proper e-commerce accounting automation tool like Cinder to handle all of that complexity. If you're at 8 figures and scaling fast, you might need to take a look at enterprise options like Sage Intacct or NetSuite, especially if you have multiple entities, complex inventory, or international operations. Also, consider your team. Who's doing your bookkeeping? If you have an in-house bookkeeper or accountant, ask them what they prefer to work with. If you're outsourcing, find out what your accounting firm uses. Don't forget to think about your sales channels too. The more platforms you sell on, the more critical automation becomes. If you're just on Shopify, integration is simpler. If you're on Amazon, eBay, Walmart, Etsy, and 3 different Shopify stores, you absolutely need automation or you're going to drown in manual work. And finally, think about your growth plans. Don't pick software that barely works for your current situation. Pick something that'll scale with you for the next 12 to 24 months minimum. The bottom line is, the best accounting software for your e-commerce business in 2026 is whatever gives you accurate financials with the least amount of manual work. For most e-commerce sellers, that means QuickBooks or Xero for the accounting foundation, plus Cinder to automate all your sales channel integrations so you're not manually entering data like it's 2015. If you want to see how this actually works for your specific setup, I'll be dropping a link down in the description bar below to book a free demo with our team. They'll walk you through exactly how to automate your e-commerce accounting based on which platforms you already sell on and what software you're currently using. Thanks for watching. If this was helpful, hit that subscribe button to stay in the loop on all things e-commerce and accounting. See you in the next one.